Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video, and this is my USFL Week 1 Michigan Panthers at Houston Gamblers recap. Much better this year for the Michigan Panthers with a 29-13 win over the Houston Gamblers in Memphis, Tennessee. The Michigan Panthers dominated the Houston Gamblers. So the Michigan Panthers are 1-0, the Houston Gamblers 0-1. Time of possession, Michigan 29-25, Houston 30-35. Total drives, the Michigan Panthers 10, the Houston Gamblers 11. Total plays, Michigan 54, Houston 53. Total yards, Michigan 327, Houston 194. Total yards per play, Michigan 6.1, Houston 3.7. Red zone TDs, Michigan 2, Houston 2. Red zone attempts, Michigan 4, Houston 3. Total yards passing for the Michigan Panthers, 237. For the Houston Gamblers, 96 yards passing. So that Michigan defense came to play today under Mike Nolan, the new head coach, and he is 1-0 in the USFL. Completions, Michigan 23, Houston 13. Yards per attempt, passing attempts, Michigan 26, Houston 22. Now yards per attempt, Michigan 9.1, Houston 4.4. Passing TDs, Michigan 3, Houston 0. Rushing, Michigan. Total yards, Michigan 90, Houston 98. So they got 8 more yards than us on the ground, but we dominated the game overall. Attempts, Michigan 26, Houston 27. Yards per rush, Michigan 3.5, Houston 3.6. Rushing TDs, Michigan 1, Houston 2. Turnovers, Michigan 1, Houston 4. You can't win games turning the ball over 4 times. Michigan only turned it over once, and that was a fumble. Fumbles lost, Michigan 1, Houston 0. Interceptions, Michigan 0, Houston 2. So, let's take a look at the passing. Josh Love, who started the game for Michigan and finished the game. They want to do split quarterbacks, but I think Josh Love should be the QB for the Michigan Panthers because he came out and he was on fire. He finished 18 of 20 for 215 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interception, and a QBR of 151. 90.5% completion percentage for Josh Love. What a game. And then Carson Strong went 5 for 5, 100% completion percentage, 34 yards, 6.8 average yards per pass. Josh Love was averaging 10.8, and Strong had a QBR of 95. Walker 0 for 1, no yards, no average, no TDs, no interceptions, no percentage, 39.6 QBR. Rushing, Scott 3 had 12 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. His longest rush was 17 yards. His average yards per carry were 5.1. So he was getting halfway to the first down every time he touched the ball. So Corbin had 9 carries, 29 yards, 3.2 yards average per carry. Love had 4 carries for 0 yards. Sims 1 carry, 0 yards. So receiving, Walker had 6 receptions, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest was 34. He averaged 17.5 yards per catch. So that's pretty good. He was getting first downs and more every time he caught the ball. So Hyman, 5 receptions, 32 yards. He had 6.4 yards per catch. So that's a pretty good. Quinn, three receptions, 32 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 10.7 yards per play. Baugh, 2 receptions, 28 yards, and a touchdown. He averaged 14 yards per catch. So, the Michigan Panthers looked very, very good today under head coach Mike Nolan. They looked very dominant. The defense looked awesome. The offense looked awesome with Josh Love and Carson Strong. And it was a very good game for the Michigan Panthers. Corbin, 4 receptions, 19 yards. Scott the third, 1 reception, 13 yards. Sims, 1 reception, 13 yards. Hicatini, 1 reception, 7 yards. On the defense, Speaks had seven tackles, 4 solo, 3 sacks, and 2 TFL, whatever that is. Ginda, 7 tackles, 1 solo. Dawkins, 6 tackles, 4 solo, 1 interception and 1 PD, whatever that means. Mahone, 6 tackles, 3 solo. Butler, 6 tackles, 3 solo. Fisher, 6 tackles, 2 solo. Taylor, 5 tackles, 3 solo. Ballard, 4 tackles, 3 solo. Rahman, 4 tackles, 2 solo. Saba, 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 interception. Palmore, 3 tackles, 2 solo. McMillan, 2 tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack. Westbrooks, 2 tackles, 2 solo. Taylor, 5 tackles, 3 solo. Ballard, 4 tackles, 3 solo. Rahman, 4 tackles, 2 Saba, 3 tackles, 2 solo. Palmore, 3 tackles, 2 solo. McMillan, 2 tackles, 2 solo and a sack. Westbrooks, 2 tackles, 2 solo. Marino, 2 tackles, 2 solo. Scott the third, 1 tackle. Corbin, 1 tackle. Myrick, 1 tackle. Ross, 1 tackle. Williams, 1 tackle. Fumbles. Strong had 1 fumble. Walker had 1 fumble, and he lost his fumble. Kick returns. Corbin had 1 return for 18 yards. Hicatini had 1 return for 13 yards. Punt returns. Walker had 1 return for 0 yards. And like I said, it was a very, very good day for Mike Nolan and the Michigan Panthers in USFL Week 1. Josh Love and Carson Strong were the players of the game. My game ball, though, goes to Josh Love. He came out on fire. He came out completing almost everything. He only had 2 incompletions. He went 18 of 20 for 215, so 90.5% of his passes were completed. That's like a monster game. That is a monster game for Josh Love. And I'm glad to see that the Michigan Panthers got the win over the Houston Gamblers, 29-13. And the Michigan Panthers are 1-0. Beat the Houston Gamblers in Memphis, Tennessee, because that's the hub city for the Houston Gamblers. And I told you this was going to be a fun game, and it was. So, Week 1 out of the way, Michigan Panthers defeat the Houston Gamblers 29-13. So now they go to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium in Canton, Ohio next week as they play the 1-0 Philadelphia Stars. So 2 undefeated teams. Michigan goes on the road again. This game is on FS1. It's at 6 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So that should be another fun game for the Michigan Panthers. And I can't wait for that because I want revenge on Philadelphia too from last year. We only won 2 games under Jeff Fisher last year, but Mike Nolan has him looking really, really good this year. In his first year as head coach of the Michigan Panthers, he started out well in the USFL. So, welcome to the Michigan Panthers. Mike Nolan gets a 29-13 win over the Houston Gamblers. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a video. Stay tuned for my Orlando Predators at Albany Empire week NA National Arena League Week 2 recap. And stay tuned for my Michigan Panthers at Philadelphia Stars USFL Week 2 preview. So, comment, like, subscribe. Stay tuned for my Orlando Predators at Albany Empire recap. And go Panthers. What a win over the Houston Gamblers. It was nice to see. And it was nice to see the Michigan Panthers finally with a coach that knows how to win games. I like Jeff Fisher, but last year, I think it was strictly Paxton Lynch. I honestly do. Paxton Lynch did not help this team, not one iota. And look at the Orlando Guardians. They're only one win because they went and signed Paxton Lynch. I think he's a jinx. But I'm going to say it one more time. Good win for the Michigan Panthers over the Houston Gamblers. Go Panthers. Let's beat the Philadelphia Stars in Canton, Ohio next Sunday. Go Panthers.